buddy. So as you can see here, I have everything in front of me to make this super soft gluten-free bread. We've got, first I'm going to start off with this. This is nice warm water. It is 1 3/4 of a cup of water, warm water. 2 1/4 teaspoons of dry active yeast. That's the only yeast I have in my house. I don't have instant yeast or anything, so I don't know if this will work with any other yeast. And 2 tablespoons, of sugar. We're just going to get this started so it can do its business. And I have it wrapped in a towel because I don't keep my house super warm. So in order to keep the water warm so the yeast can do its thing and get all frothy and happy, I wrap it in a towel so it stays warm. Because if I don't, it goes cold real quick. So there's a little trick for you guys if you're like me and you don't keep your house super warm. Just wrap it up in a towel. So we're just going to move this, keeping it snug as a bug. Okay, so in here I have 2 tablespoons of avocado oil. You can use any type of oil you want to use. And 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar that has the mother in it. We'll just set that over here. And here I have a 1/4 cup of flaxseed that has been grounded up. It's pretty much close to a flour almost. A good amount, a good teaspoon of salt. I went a little heavy on the salt. And 3 teaspoons of xanthan gum. If you need this to be corn-free, use guar gum. I believe is the corn-free version of that one. I have 1 cup of tapioca starch. I have tried it with potato starch. It works just fine, and I've used a combination of both. It works just fine, but for this purpose, I'm just using 1 cup of tapioca starch. This one here is 1 cup of white rice flour. I imagine you can use brown rice flour. I haven't tried that yet. I've just been using the white rice flour. Now this is the one that you don't want to change out. This is 1 cup of sweet rice flour. Sweet rice flour also can be referred to as glutinous rice. I got really confused about that at first when I was hearing about that, like glutinous rice. There is a rice that contains gluten. No, it is such a sticky rice that it reminds them of a gluten product. So they refer to it as glutinous rice, which is sweet rice. Now I ground this myself, so which I'll leave a link for it. I'm standing on the wrong side of the camera. I don't know which side it goes on now. For making it yourself. But yes, sweet rice flour. Don't switch this out. 1 cup of this. Do not switch it out. The starches and this flour, like these 2 things, play around with. Just don't play around with the sweet rice flour. This is what gives it that bready, I guess you'd say chew to it, because this really does taste like normal bread. And I'm using more water than normal for the flaxseed. Use up to 2 cups. I used 2 cups last time, but today it's pretty, there's a lot of moisture in the air because we're under a snow squall watch. So hence why I reduced it down to a third of a cup down. But that is to replace the eggs, because eggs weren't working for me. They were giving it that cake flavor to consistency, and I'm sorry, I can't handle a cakey bread. That bugs the living poop out of me, because I wanted a bread that had that bread taste to it, that bread feel to it, and not that cake flavor, their consistency. Now here's the other thing that I did in order to make sure that it did not have that cakey, that cake feeling to it, is that I used a different bread pan. This is a normal bread pan, the 9x5 normal bread pan. use this and you get that dense bread. So if you want a really dense bread, go ahead and use this one. Not me. I'm using this one. It's a loaf pan. This is the one I'm using. What is it? It's Baker's Secret. I do believe I bought this in at Dollarama. I will leave a link to their website down below where you can buy one of these. This pan is 8.5 by 4.5 by 2.5, whereas this is 9 by 5. So it's not that much of a difference, but it's enough of a difference that it makes a gorgeous, fluffy, soft loaf of bread that doesn't, after a while it's been cooking, it doesn't turn into that hard, dense cake texture, which I know all you gluten-free people out there know exactly what I'm talking about. So yes, use a smaller loaf pan. That is another big key. Okay, so now I'm going to move us over to the mixer and start actually putting this bread together. Alright, so now we're here at the mixer and we're just going to start adding our dry ingredients. There is our that was our tapioca starch, our white rice flour, our sweet rice flour, our flaxseed, salt, and anthem gum, you just want to give this a little mix just so everything's all incorporated before we start doing anything. And with the yeast mixture, you want to make sure you leave it for at least 5 minutes or until it's nice and frothy and pretty. So now we're going to add our oil and our apple cider vinegar and our yeast, which looks, I'm hoping you guys can see that all nice and pretty in there. We're going to add our yeast. No, there was a bus cancel, or 2-hour bus delay. Now we're adding our yeast and we're just going to start incorporating this together on slow. Make sure you got your spatula handy. You want to go in there, scrape along to make sure you got all the flour off the bottom of the bowl. Go in a little bit of, now it's going to go up a little bit more. Okay, we're going to turn it off again. We're just going to scrape that bowl one more time, and then we're going to turn it on high. Well, work your way up to high. And let it go for 5 minutes. Don't skimp on this, 5 minutes, because you want it to aerate. You want it to get all soft and fluffy. So 5 minutes. So we'll be back once this is gone for 5 minutes. Okay, so this is now gone for 5 minutes, and as you can see, it's a completely different color. It's very soft and, cake-like. So you just want to scrape off your beater paddles. Now I am going to do one as a loaf, and I'm going to try one as a baguette kind of thing, like a loaf of bread, I don't know, like a French baguette. Okay. Oh, I forgot to spray my pan. so we're going to put come on, get in there. About half of the mixture in here. You want wet hands when you're dealing with this, because if not, then it'll just stick to your hands. And I think I'm going to go with a little bit more in there. That's good for me. If you're doing this between 2 loaf pans, then divide it equally between the 2. Okay. Now you just want to wet your spatula and carefully flatten this out. You don't want to push too hard, because then you'll break all the little bubbles in that are in here from mixing it. And I kind of over mixed mine a little bit because I was going down and getting the cookie sheet. Don't walk away from what you're doing. Okay, that looks nice to me. Now, I'm just going to scrape the rest of this out. Hopefully in one, oh, pretty close. Pretty close. Dang it, come on. Into one ball here, and I'm just going to move this over in a second. Okay, and we're going to try and form this, oh so carefully. Oh. I want to be just a little bit longer. Okay, that looks good for me. Okay, now we're going to let this sit in a warm place, non-drafty area for 1 hour. Don't skimp on the hour. For 1 whole hour. And then we'll be back. All right, so these have been rising for, well, honestly, they've been rising for 2 hours because I got on a sneezing fit and I couldn't stop, so I had to wait until I was done the sneezing fit. As you can see, they have risen up quite beautifully, and I'm just going to slash the top of this one oh so very carefully, and my knife is not super sharp like I thought it was. Oh, let's give it one more here. Very carefully. Now my oven is preheated at 400 degrees, and we're going to leave it at 400 degrees. And you want to bake this for 40 minutes or until it comes out at 200 degrees when you insert a thermometer into it, which normally is right at that 40-minute mark at 400 degrees. So I'll bring you back when these are pulled out of the oven and they've cooled down, and then I'll cut one open. You can see what it looks like inside. So we'll be back once these have cooked and have cooled and I'm ready to cut it. Okay, so as you can see, they have cooled down now. They have come out. They are gorgeous. Like, just look at that. Ooh, how beautiful is that? And you can see I have not cut the inside of it yet. And let me just kind of, look how soft that is. And this one is the same. This one cooked for about 35 minutes. So, but I'm going to turn this one into some garlic bread to go with our supper tonight. But this one, let's cut this one open and see how it looks. Now, my knife is not very good, so I do tend to squish the bread a little bit when I'm cutting into it. Oh, look at that. You see that? You see how gorgeous that is? There's still a little bit of a wet spot up there. I guess it could have gone for another minute or two, but my oven was acting a little bit wonky because the dogs kept wanting in and out, so the oven kept cooling down. But let's see, look at that. Squish it. Goes back together. Comes apart. Look at that. That is bread. Yum yum. So, I hope you guys liked the video. I hope I gave enough information covering everything. But if not, leave me a comment down below and I will answer it. And if you haven't, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you guys try this, let me know. And if you record or make videos, record it, let me see it, leave me a link down below, and I want to come check it out. I want to see what you guys think of this. So, I will see you again soon. Bye!